Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be. I want to, on behalf of the Human Capital International team, welcome all our participants and our distinguished professors and facilitators who have joined us today. This is a great day, and I believe that it's going to be a very wonderful time for all the participants, particularly those who desire to take their businesses to the next level. And we want to thank you for spending the time and your investments to be part of this session. This is just the beginning of a series of webinars targeted at SMEs, aimed at helping businesses to grow, to expand, and not just to expand, but also to become profitable, so that we can indeed create jobs in Africa. So this is Expand 2021, the Entrepreneurial Leadership for Startups webinar, and it's a 2-day program. So if you have joined this session, I want you to make sure that you block this time. It's a 3-hour session. 2 distinguished facilitators are going to take us through. Today, 2 of them are going to be speaking. And so I want you to block today and tomorrow the same time so that you will not miss out anything as far as this session is concerned. This is very, very important. So our objective is basically to provide practical guidance on how to develop entrepreneurial leadership strategy for your startup. This is very, very important. A lot of people have started businesses with very good intentions, and yet in the process, they lose a lot of money, lots of money. The question is why? And as today and tomorrow, you're going to understand why many businesses lose money, why many businesses are not able to, grow beyond the founder, the entrepreneur. And I can assure you that none of the things you're going to be hearing today are from books. Everything is practical because the facilitators are all practicing entrepreneurs. They have their own businesses, or should I say we have our own businesses. And so therefore, the things we're going to be sharing with you are things that are very, very practical. So I want you to, just stay put and realize what you're going to be getting. Now, what are we going to learn within these 2 days? We're going to be looking at entrepreneurial leadership and its implication on startups, implications for startups. Then we shall look at the 7 entrepreneurial leadership strategies for startups. Then again, we shall look at strategic thinking and systems management for startups. And finally, we're going to be looking at startups and the strategic pillars for business growth. So as you can see, everything is focused on startups. How do we grow our business? How do we start the business from idea stage to building systems and making it grow to become something that the founder can live as a legacy for generations yet unborn? So this is the focus. And I want you to grab your pen, grab your notebooks as we're going to roll the session. There are, as I mentioned, there are going to be 3 facilitators, myself, and then we have analysts. Analyst is a management consultant and CEO of Napiok Consultancy with international expertise. And as I mentioned, nothing you're going to be hearing today is from books. This is very, very practical. Now, a level of expertise is in HR, business development, and people management. She is noted for developing framework for sustainable and inclusive accelerator and incubation program for agribusiness SMEs in the supply chains. Analyst is a vibrant, driven, down-to-earth leadership and people management skills who gets energy from making an impact and contributing to a better world. Then we have Dr. Ricky Galloway. Is an international business strategist and leadership coach. He currently works with business owners, both domestic and international, to transform organizations by empowering their personnel to meet its mission by maximizing their knowledge of the 5 critical success factors of business development. Doctor is a certified coach, speaker, and trainer, and works with entrepreneurs to identify new response to techniques, leverage their strength, develop productive relationships, and achieve desired goals. He demonstrates value by guiding clients and their team to eclipse their dreams in the entrepreneurial world. Ladies and gentlemen, That is what we're going to be focusing on today. And as we all know, every business starts with an idea, a seed of idea. As to how you nurture that idea, how you grow it to become a very sustainable business for yourself and for your future, and therefore make it a legacy, depends on how you build the systems to get it going. So without much ado, I'm going to take my screen off, and I'm going to invite the first speaker in the person of Annalise to begin to share with us what she has for us for today. So Annalise, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you very much. Emmanuel, thank you very much for the introduction. Emmanuel, can you make me host so that I can share my screen?
I have already, so you can.
And can I also see the other attendees?
No, this is a webinar, so it can only be on we did it on the webinar. We didn't do the meeting side, so you can get them on the audio, so I can ask them to unmute.
Yeah.
So that participants, you can unmute. I'm just allowing all of you to unmute yourself so that you can respond to the facilitators as they talk to you. Actually, yes.
All right, can everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. Yeah, well, my agenda for today is here just briefly. I will start with a short introduction, but I would like to hear you more speaking than I do, so that we can also learn from each other and make each other better leaders. We're gonna dive into a bit of effective communication, situational leadership. If we have some more time, we can do a discussion with statesmen, but we'll see how we go. We're very flexible, and I would like to know from you the learnings. And we end with a bit of homework about if you're a boss or not. For me, for my presentation, you don't need to take notes. What we do is we have Jamboard. I'm going to show you how that works, because then we can all see what we are typing, and we can keep the discussion going, and you don't need to take the notes because you can just go to Jamboard afterwards as well. And of course, I'm able to also share my PowerPoint presentation with you. It's only at the very end that you need a piece of paper and 2 different colors of pens, but we'll work that out. We'll work that out later. So I already got an introduction from Emmanuel. Just briefly, my name is Annalise Kannekens. It's a difficult name, maybe for a lot of English-speaking people. So I also introduce myself as Anna, because that works a lot easier. I am the owner of Napayok Consultancy, specialist in human resource and organizational development. I've been a leader since I was 26. When I got a leadership role, at that time I was working for a large semi-government benefits agency, where I encountered a lot of resistance from people that were working there for a long time. And I came there as a young, just graduated lady. So I had not everything was in my advantage, but I've learned a lot from it. And that's, that was a huge step in my career, which made me able to do what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, that's also maybe already a lesson that sometimes it needs to be uncomfortable to actually learn and become very good at what you're doing. After that semi-government role, I switched to a management role at a very commercial consultancy firm. So completely the other side of the spectrum, where I guided employees and other managers as a coach in their personal development. This was all in the Netherlands. And after a few years, I shifted to Africa. where I could be more involved in the cultural aspects and making more social impact on the areas of HR development and especially culture within organizations and programs. The first thing, I don't know, maybe some of you will find out soon, but may know the area of Karamoja in Uganda. It's a very remote area in the northeastern part of Uganda. And there I did set up a training institute, what was very interesting. And I needed a lot of skills that I actually didn't know that I had or that I had to learn. So that was, again, a big learning circle also for me. There my name was given Napayok by a local tribe leader. And that's how I named my company. Because some of you might think like, what is Napayok? Well, Napayok means a welcome visitor in the local language in the northeastern part of Uganda. I'm currently working on creating a team of consultants to become coaches to implement a form of holacracy within organization and the development sector. Holacracy is a form of self-organization management that I can tell you about more if you're interested in that. And we're doing that like quite broad, like in East Africa. And I'm still working with Dutch startups and scale-ups, and then mainly on the human resource management side. So yeah, that is me. I have a first thing that I would like to ask you to think about, and that is, what do you want to take home after these 2 days of webinar? And home is actually, of course, a bit funny because we're all home or in the office. But I'm interested to know from you that what is, okay, so after 2 days, if I've learned that, then this webinar was very successful. And I think that also gives us some input. I'm going to send you a link in the chat. And with that link, you can follow. You can click on this link, and that link will lead you to Jamboard.
Annalise, just a quick one. Can you make your screen full screen, please?
The PowerPoint?
Yes, please. If you can make it a full screen.
Yeah, with Zoom and PowerPoint, you can't do like a dia projection on.
No, just click on the play, just click on the play all. It will take a full screen. Yes, the next. Yes. Super.
Can you please raise your hand if you've managed to sign in on Jamboard, or if you have any questions on that? I see we have 10 participants. I see Dr. Ricky is in Jamboard. Is there anyone struggling with getting into Jamboard?
Still getting there. Yeah, there.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else?
Please,
Are we all there?
You can unmute yourself and speak up if you want to, please.
Hi, my name is Angela. So my quick question is, Jamboard is an app that you have to download, is that correct?
No, it's not. It's just on Google.
Okay, because when I clicked on the link, it's taking me to the App Store.
Are you working on your phone or on a tablet?
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
It should be also working on your phone without the app. So maybe you can go to the, what's it called then when it's not an app? It's the, just the URL.
All right, let me try that again. Thank you.
Okay. So are we all on the Jamboard?
Hello, Annalise.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Nelly, but I also face the same challenge. When I click on the link, it takes me to the Google Play, or also when I copy the link and take it to the URL, it still takes me to Google Play to download the app.
And can you copy the link then when you open your web browser, like in Google Chrome or Safari?
Yes, that's what I'm saying, that it still takes me to the app, the Google Play.
It looks like if you're using your cell phone, it looks like you might have to download the app. It should be.
I think so.
App.
No, you don't need to download the app. No. Can you try again to copy that link and put it in like a web browser? Let me share the chat with you again. share the link with you again. And otherwise we'll continue we'll improvise. That's also fine. Okay, I see we are with 4 people in now. I didn't get that message about the that they had to download an app. You can now see my screen. You can see my screen on Jamboard. Is that right?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. Have any of you ever worked with Jamboard before?
No.
Okay, it's really easy. What you can do is you pick a sticky note here, and you can type here whatever you like. So, for example, I put a sticky note here. What do you want to take home after 2 days webinar? I'm saying I want to learn more about personal leadership. And you can put it there. So I would like to invite everybody who is there to type their name and then share with us what do you want to take home after 2 days of webinar. And with the people that can't access Jamboard, they can type it in the chat. Is it working?
Yes, it is.
All right. For the others as well?
Still typing.
Okay, very good. A lot of things you want to take home. Okay. Is everybody ready or almost ready? Okay. If you'll let me, I would like to then open the notes that we have here. I see here, I think this is Dr. Ricky, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And well, we can all see what you wrote. Maybe you can expand a little bit on what you want to take away and why.
Basically, I definitely, want to learn and engage in your presentation as a presenter. But more importantly, I want the participants to understand that this webinar is for their benefits. So I want them to be very actively participating and sharing what is it, where they are in their business, what type of business they want to be in, what type of business they want to develop, where can we best serve them. So I want to learn from them how I can best be of service to them.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, that is a great invitation for everybody. I go to the next one. Lofty, do I pronounce your name
Lofty.
right? Lofty, okay. Yes, please, can you take us with you in your note?
I want to learn the roadmap of starting a successful business and improving my leadership skills to helping to manage whatever enterprises I want to go into.
That's great. Thank you. Martina.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
I'm Martina, soon graduating, but I would want to learn more about interacting with people with different personalities. In face of challenges, maybe you haven't gotten a certain, let's say for instance, I'm delivering a package to someone and maybe an issue comes up. How do you calm down a customer? I also would love to improve on public speaking. So if you have any additional advice on that, that would be great. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. A lot that you would like to learn.
Yes, thank you.
That's good. Let me see. Nelly. Nelly, are you with us? No, I can't hear Nelly. Then I would like to go to the next person.
Nelly put her in the chat. It says, I want to build a reputable business brand that has potential to serve generations.
Let me put it. And Nelly, you can also speak if you want.
Okay, thank you. I'm saying that I want to learn how to build a reputable business or build a reputable brand that has potential to serve generations.
Wow, that's a really great ambition. That's great. Thank you, Nelly.
You're welcome.
Let me see. I think I have then picked everything from the chat.
I see Joel.
Yes,
There's
from their chat there are no more. And then we have Joel on the Jamboard. Joel?
Annelies?
Yes.
Yeah. Just like I've written on the Jamboard, I want to learn more about team leadership, transformation, and customer experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, thank you, everybody. Oh, I see we're now with 5 in the Jamboard. Now, I hope that when we continue that more are coming, but otherwise we do it via chat. That's also very okay. Just let me know, just speak up when you put something in the chat and I can copy it into Jamboard for you. That's no problem. Okay, then I want to go with you to a quick introduction. Maybe some of you have seen this little film. It's from Simon Sinek, someone that you definitely need to follow when you want to become a leader. But it's quite old actually, but it's still, I think, very useful. And I will just share my screen again. I'm sorry, that takes a little bit longer than I'm used to, but we will work it out. Can you all see my YouTube screen?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Probably the world's.
Oh, and for that, please mute yourself now, because otherwise we get an echo. So if everybody's muted.
Okay, Martini, can you mute? Okay.
List idea. Yeah. I call it the golden circle. This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Every single person, every single organization on the